That's a good one. So how can they charge that much and still make sales? So history of Stanley Cups, they've been in business like 100 years, and they've been running, and they've targeted like construction people and workers. But back a few years back, they had a mom blog about them, and then it kind of blew up. So then they had this new VP, and they started targeting moms and blogs and doing influencing, using influencers and stuff like that in their marketing. So they targeted a different demographic. The other part is they started using a drop culture. And so the reason they're able to charge is because they had limited editions. Not limited editions, but they had limited inventory, limited supply. So they drop it and then it sell out. Well, if something sell out, if it's supply and demand, like the demand is higher than the supply. And so if the demand's higher than the supply, you can charge a premium and people start reselling and everything like that. And so the thing is about that is they went from 73 million. I think they're supposed to do 750 million, which is insane, right? But a lot of small brands can do that same thing. So I have a client who does drops on their product. This is real cool sporting goods product. They'll sell out in like 13 minutes. They sold out in like a minute before. They had a couple hundred items and they sold out in a minute or two. I think he's told me 13 seconds. I think my client actually told me 13 seconds they sold out. It was crazy. But they build it up and then they sell out. And then at another even smaller brand, we were running campaigns for him, e-commerce. And we're talking to him for like 3 months. We're running ads. And I realized that he only has a limited supply. He's a very small brand, a micro brand, a small brand. He only has a limited supply. He only makes like 50 of each product. And I told him, hey, that's a part of the leverage. Use a drop. Like, hey, talk about it. Hey, we only have 50 of these. And the thing is, he only had 50, and when it's gone, he's on to the next edition. Like that product doesn't even come back. It's like a one-time thing. And so what I started doing for him is putting that in his advertising. Like, hey, we only have 50 of these. I have another client. They only have 20. We only have 20 of these. And then they are gone. And we might not have them for another 6 months to a year. And so if you want to get yours, grab them. And so that's the lesson that I like to learn from Stanley that small brands can use is use that scarcity of we're small. We don't have that many. And people are like, oh, I got to get it. And so you might not turn into Stanley, but you can have some success with that strategy in your ads for sure.